Good day everyone, welcome to today's section. Today we are going to talk about one of the famous cakes in Nigeria. The case is bordering on Akinlade versus Ayinde, and this case occurred in 2021. Now let's consider the background or fact to that case. Akinlade versus Ayinde is a Nigerian land law case involving a dispute over the ownership or possession of land. The appellant Akinlade and the respondent Ayinde each laid competent claims to a parcel of land situated in a particular locality in Nigeria. The respondent instituted proceedings at the trial court exacting customary law title to the disputed land and seeking declaratory and injunctive reliefs. The appellant counterclaimed also exacting ownership. The trial court found in favor of the respondent, and this decision was affirmed by the Court of Appeal. The appellant appealed to the Supreme Court challenging the basis of the respondent's title and the concurrent findings of the two lower courts. Now, let's use the ARAC rule to analyze this case. Under the issue, the primary issue were 1. Whether the respondent had established a better title to the disputed land under customary law. 2. Whether the lower courts were right in relying on the evidence adduced to grant a declaration of title in favor of the respondent. And 3. What is the proper approach of an appellant court when confronted with concurrent findings of two lower courts? Now let's consider the rule to that case. In Nigeria, there are 5 established methods of proving ownership of land. 1. Traditional evidence. 2. Document of title. 3. Act of ownership extended over a sufficient length of time. And 4. Acts of long possession and enjoyment. And 5. Proof of possession of connected or adjacent land as laid down in Idogu versus Okumagba in 1976. The Supreme Court will not ordinarily interfere with concurrent findings of fact by two lower courts unless the findings are perverse, not supported by evidence, or result in a miscarriage of justice. Now let's consider the application to that case. The respondent adduced traditional evidence to support his claim of customary law title. He traced its roots of the title through his family lineage and showed that the land had been in the family's possession for a long time. Acts of ownership, including farming and development, were proved. The appellant failed to produce convincing evidence to displace the respondent's claim. The court below property evaluated the evidence and the findings were not perverse. No substantial reason was shown to disturb the concurrent findings. Now let's talk about the conclusion to that case. The Supreme Court dismissed the appeal and upheld the decisions of the two lower courts. The respondent's customary law title to the disputed land was affirmed. The case underscores the primacy of traditional evidence in proving land ownership under Nigerian customary law and confirms the reluctance of the Supreme Court to interfere with the concurrent findings of lower courts. Thanks for being part of today's section. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.